This is Emma Trusty with my lesson plan 2 for elementary literacy methods, and this is for a kindergarten class. The state standards I have chosen are demonstrate command of the conventions of standard English grammar and usage when writing and speaking, specifically print many upper and lowercase letters, and add drawings or other visual displays to descriptions as desired to provide additional detail. So hopefully by the end of this lesson, the students will be able to write upper and lowercase letters by starting at the top of the letter with 70% accuracy, and students will hopefully be able to sign at least 50% of the alphabet as well. So students for this will need to be able to hold a pencil correctly, because they will be tracing their letters starting at the top and going down, writing every single letter. So when they go and hold their pencil like this, they can't write very well with that. So we need to make sure that they know how to hold their pencil correctly in either hand, depending on if they're ambidextrous, left-handed, right-handed, whichever. And students will also need to be able to identify letters of the alphabet, which hopefully they will already know from songs they may have done or listened to, whether it be with us or in preschool or at home. We'll build on this lesson by students being able to write all of the letters without a guide and without help from myself or another aide or teacher in the classroom. We'll build by creating words with the letters they are learning, as well as sentences with the words that they will be creating. So, jumping into this, we'll start with our Alpha Friend song, which is a song that the students in my current practicum class do. It's basically a song where they give a friend to each letter of the alphabet. So A is Andy Apple, B Birdie Bear, C Callie Cat, and so on. Each letter gets a friend that starts with the letter of that, or starts with that letter. So it's very interactive for the students. They remember all of the friends and therefore the letters and the most common sounds for those letters, such as apple, birdie bear, b, and so on. So after we go through the song and possibly just the regular alphabet song, we'll also sign the alphabet as we go through the regular alphabet, so A, B, C, so on. And so the students will be able to sign the letters. Once we do that, I will show them the worksheets they will be working on, and they may be working on this during morning work, or some of these worksheets during morning work or group work, small group work, or independent work as well. But they'll be doing things such as this worksheet here, where they're starting at the top and learning the general shape of the letter. This one is for A, so they're doing their diagonal lines, and then they're writing their letters. Or maybe something such as this, where they're identifying the letters in a sentence. So this one's E, so they would be circling all of the E's in this sentence here. And then they are tracing the letter multiple times and then writing it on their own as well at the bottom. For more advanced students, and as the students continue to grow themselves, they will get something like this, where they will trace the first letter and then write their own. Trace first letter, write their own, and then draw pictures that start with that letter and write that word below. And this may also be used for some of the advanced groups, because they can start at this level and they don't need the guided help like somebody else might. Another sheet we might do is something like this, where they practice writing their lowercase letters and they gradually get smaller. That is more to help them get a better understanding of why we write small, so they won't be writing this big the rest of their lives, because that just takes up a lot of space and doesn't always look very nice. So we would go through that as a class, independent work. These would be a form of assessment, summative assessment. They would be used because I would collect them after the students had finished them. I would mark off how much they got done, how well they were able to follow the lines, and all that, so I can keep track of where they're at in their learning process. And I would also be monitoring for a formative assessment during that time as well. For students with disabilities, such as an IEP or a 504, they would be giving the appropriate things they need, such as an aide helping them. They'd be doing the same worksheets. Maybe not something as complex as this, unless they are on the higher functioning end and can do something like this. But they will be given the time they need. They will be given the space that they need, whether it be quiet space or just general classroom space. They will be given what they need to get things done. Also, tag students will be challenged appropriately, and so will ELL students. If they need a page with their native language side by side with the English language, I will find something that has that, so they can also work with the other students and still gain the ability to read English as well as their own language, because for some students that is important to have their own language as well as English for them. So hopefully by the end of this, students will be able to write upper and lowercase letters without guides, without help, and also be able to start to form their own words, whether it be with somebody helping them spell it out or being able to do it on their own.